So we're going to get started by adding with Shift A an icosphere that we can then go and sculpt. I'll simply use the grab brush with G over here, and I'll scale it up using my brackets, and I will start making a shape for our rock. Just blocking out a basic shape. I turned off the symmetry. And it's best to use a tablet pen if you have one. But for something like a rock, you can probably get away with just your mouse. But if you were to sculpt something more complicated like a face, I would say go ahead and get yourself a drawing tablet. Alright, next we're going to take Dyn Topo so that it can automatically add more resolution. And we're going to grab the scrape brush here. And we're just going to start scraping out some angles to this rock. Now, not all rocks are going to have these harder angles, so use reference based off what type of rock you want to make. So if you say wanted to make a volcanic rock, you might Google volcanic rock. Or something more specific, you might say get granite. And now we got some hard planes on our rock. So now we can go ahead and add a crease brush maybe. And what crease brush does is it will make a crease in it, but if we hold control it'll do the opposite. So we can use this to like add an inverted crease along the edges of our planes to harden them up a bit. Just slightly increase the quality. Okay, so now we can maybe even add a pinch brush. And what this does is it pinches the topology in the area to make it smaller and tighter, which can improve the quality of our seams by tightening them up a bit. And now you can maybe just smooth out some of your planes a little bit. Wherever there's any bit of roughness that's a bit more than you might want. Or you could leave it rough depending on your rock. Some rocks have like amazing super smooth planes with super sharp edges. And some are super rough, some are super round. A lot of variation in rocks, so make sure to use reference to get any sort of specific rock. Okay, so we'll say this is good for now. And maybe we'll take a look at our rock and we'll see that, hey, this is super high poly. Maybe we might want to use it in something like a video game where we need less polys. You can do a manual topology and that will give you the best results, but I'll just be lazy and use a modifier called the decimate. It's under generate, and it's right there. And I can just use the collapse and change the ratio to lower it down. And as you can see, it slowly takes away polys, and it tries to keep it looking basically the same. And I might right click and change it to shade smooth. And this will be a rock maybe. You can maybe lower it a little bit more, but you're going to start having some issues around the edges. Next, all we have to do is do some shading work and make a material. So I go to the shading tab, I add a new material, call it rock, because this is a rock. And I can just hit Shift A, texture, multiple images. I selected some textures that I downloaded from textures.com. You can make your own textures if you want, maybe give a stylized rock. Anyway, we can go ahead and go to UV editing. And before I unwrap it, I'm going to just go and apply the decimate. Then I'll tab into edit mode, U, And I'm going to do a quick one, so I'm just going to use Smart UV Project. And this will be good enough for my purposes. And then you can just plug in the albedo or base color for your texture. You got a rock texture. But what you're going to notice is you're going to have some spots with seams that might not look good. So we can fix this by using something called triplanar mapping. We can do this quite simply by starting with hitting Control T here. And this will add a texture coordinate and mapping nodes. But you need to have Node Wrangler installed. So edit Preferences, Add-ons, search for Node Wrangler, and hit the checkbox. And then as you can see, it's using the UVs by default. I'm going to switch this to generated. And as you can see, it's kind of stretched. I'm going to switch this from flat, where it's generating one texture up the top where it's projecting down, which is why you get these lines going down, because it's the same one pixel here rather than going flat onto it. And then you're going to use triplanar mapping by changing flat to box. And as you can see, you don't have those lines going down anymore, because it's basically taking three textures. One's going here, another going here, and another at the top and bottom. And it's going to blend between those. And then we'll just add the blend in a little bit so that it blends between the seams of the three textures that it placed on. And then of course we have to go and apply this to our other ones, our normal map and our roughness maps. And I'll just quickly flat, box, blend, change flat to box, and add some blend. And then plug the roughness into the roughness. Then I can search for normal map and add a normal map node. Plug the normal into the color of the normal map node and plug it into normal. And as you can see, it went a little bit crazy. So we're going to have to go and change our normal from color space sRGB to non-color. And then that should hopefully fix it up. Now you might get a little bit of seams with the triplanar blending even with normal maps, because it doesn't really blend normal maps correctly. Here's a little bit of a situation where that happens. If I unplug out the normal, you'll see that you won't even see that seam there at all. But it does a pretty good job, and you probably won't notice it. Okay, so now we got our rock textured. Now maybe say you want to add some moss on top or something. You can go into texture paint, add base color. We'll start with black, and we'll call it moss mask. And this will moss out where our moss will be. And we can just go and choose white, paint here. And now we can have some moss put on top. So we can then use this moss mask texture by doing Shift A, texture, and adding multiple images again. So I got these moss images in here. I'll just quickly go and set them to box again. Set the normal map one to color space non-color, so that doesn't cause problems. And then we can go and plug our vector into here. And if you needed to scale the texture at all, you could adjust it in the scale here. However, I'm happy with this. And then what we can do is you can hit Shift A, search for mix RGB. And I can plug this into here with the color. Plug the albedo into here. And plug the color of our mask texture into there. And then you should see a little bit of green towards the top. And then you can just duplicate this here and add it to roughness. Add the mask. And then add the other roughness. And then add another one, which will plug our normals together with the mask. And now we got the moss at the top of our rock. Okay, so finally, let's say you want to plug this into a video game or something. So you want to bake this into a regular texture on regular UVs instead of having this procedural setup, which you can't put into a game engine unless you rebuild it, and it won't be as performant as just a single texture. So you can do this by going to our render settings, changing from Eevee to cycles so that you get your bake options. We'll just hit Shift A, search, and we'll go and search for image texture. And we'll just hit new, call it bake maybe. Maybe you might want to change the resolution to say 2048 if this is going to be a big boulder or something. Maybe even lower if it's just meant for small rocks. Grab one of the mix RGBs. This one's for the base color. I can plug it into the surface output. And then you just got the one texture color with no shading. And then I can select this bake texture node. Change the bake type to emit. I can lower the sampling because there's not going to be any lighting. And I can just hit bake. And I should bake real quick. And as you can see, you got it down to the UVs. And then if I just plug this in as a base color, and I could swap between the mix RGB version and the texture version. And you can see that nothing's changing because it's a perfect match. And then you can just save this texture, image, save as. And then finally you can just go and plug this one into the surface, bake it, save it out again. And then this one into surface, bake it, save it out again to get your other maps. This was MrTriPie, and if you liked this video, please like and subscribe to help my channel grow and watch more Blender videos. Thank you.